The 1993 superstorm was one of the most deadliest and expensive natural disasters of the 20th century. Its impact caused $5.5 billion, 9.6 in 2019, worth of damage, with 318 confirmed deaths in the United States. Over 130 U.S. citizens were affected by the storm, which resulted to almost half of the U.S. population at that time. From Mississippi to Maine, the hurricane winds, intense blizzards, tornadoes, and flooding left a scar on the United States that we would never forget. But what caused such an intense catastrophe? Cold fronts from the western United States and northern Mexico collided with warm stationary fronts in Cuba. Their collision and impact would cause a sinkhole of low atmospheric pressures and form a tropical storm in the Gulf of Mexico. As it traveled up the east coast of the United States, the storm only intensified into a Category 2 hurricane, with wind speeds moving faster than 100 miles per hour. This would not mix well with the dropping temperatures of March, as snow blizzards would form all throughout the east and flooding within its coast. As we watch its video, you can literally see the impact zone of the storm as it took its course. This image right here was visible by satellite imagery. Thousands of people were trapped by the immense snowfall, and hundreds of roofs were reported to have caved in due to the sheer weight. Over 200 hikers had to be rescued from the Appalachian Mountains, as areas such as Mount LeConte and Mount Mitchell received over 50 inches of snowfall. Pipelines froze and chaos ensued in all parts of the United States. The Coast Guard was activated to save stranded boats, while the National Guard was activated in each state to enforce peace within the local populations. First responders and citizens worked day and night to help their communities, as areas that were most damaged had to live off curfew and a set diet. Power lines were cut for long periods of time, and the cold temperatures made it worse. It was a dark time for the United States. The damage was enormous, as deaths spread from 44 to Florida, 49 in Pennsylvania, and 19 here at home in North Carolina. The nation's weather systems, a NOAA partner, attempted to warn the citizens to evacuate, but the response time was too late. People were trapped in the storm and had to figure out a way to tough it out, but some were not as lucky as others. But what did we learn from 1993 Superstorm? Early detection and information saves lives. The faster we know about impeding weather hazards, the faster the response is within the populations. Families affected by the superstorm needed more time to prepare for the storm's impact. It was the responsibility of the government bodies to deploy resources at an earlier time. Following the superstorm, NOAA will continue to innovate and place more data collection stations and aggressively encourage citizens to stay informed with weather radios. Being informed is also our responsibility to see and prepare for future events.